Oh, well? What's this? A second video of the way? Okay, I should not have done that. Oh my god. Why in the hell did I do that? Stupidity aside, this is a tutorial on how to rig hair properly. Because, like, I keep seeing these half-assed attempts to rig hair, and, like, I have to rig this one anyways because I'm doing a bunch of rigging of Gunasuki's parts, like their Sims parts. Ugh. This was a bad idea. Basically, I'm just gonna show you how to rig it, which is, for most people, it must be easy to rig hair because it's like, not that difficult. But anyways, first thing you need to do, especially if it's like hair that does not even have a head bone, what I do is I go to the original center bone, and then I rename that, make it not a movement bone, and then I go down, I press this button twice. Did you know that you can use the scroll wheel to move up and down and left and right in PMX Editor and MMD? I did not, and I feel stupid for not knowing. Anyways, so we've got our head bone. Now, by default, if we look at the head bone, it's not rigged to anything. Especially if you just do it. Well, in my case, it isn't because I just deleted everything I've been working on. What you do in this case, if it's all blue vertices when you go into the weight drawing, do edit in the main window, vertex, and then normalize. And when you normalize it, since this is the only bone, if you press start, okay, what the fuck? The hell, man? The hell are you doing? Okay, so I'm just gonna have to do this manually. It worked last time, okay? It worked last time. Okay, road bumps aside. Now we have all the hair rigged to the head. Second step is that we have to go over here and select some of the ponytail hair. And make sure that after you do the next step after this, keep it selected. Do not deselect it. So go over here, select, well, depending on your hair model, just go over, select some vertices. For rigging long hair, I select all of the vertices that are going down, like especially for ponytails. Because if you think about it, if you try rigging it piece by piece, you may miss some vertices. And that's probably not a good idea, because then you don't know exactly which vertex it is when it's on physics. Okay, so you see this fun and exciting edit button up here? I don't even know if I said that right. I have my headphones on. Edit button. You go to vertex from here, and then add object, bone. Not weight bone like yesterday's tutorial, just bone. Then once you add that bone, you press start. Now it'll show you all these vertices that you just selected, and you know what? You cannot edit these vertices because they're not selected. So what you have to do, in this case anyways, you select the bone that was just created. It'll be a movement bone. And then down here, you see where all these vertices start. Going up, you have to click the gradient button, which is like, this is the normal one, this is the gradient. And you click down here as close to the bottom of the ponytail as possible, or hair in general, and then go like this. When you drag up, see how slow computer is slow computer. You see how these vertices are like a purplish color in between the orange. Or probably not because this is a low res video. Well, basically these colors are going from red down to dark blue. That is the heaviness of the weight. In this case, at the bottom is 100% weighted, and at the top, it's still partially weighted to the head. Like, technically all of this is still partially weighted to the head until it gets down. So sometimes you may have to redo this. So what I always do, because it's a lot easier, is I zoom out a little bit, and then I click at the bottom, and I drag up a little bit past, because that makes the rigging stronger. See, now it's darker purple. And from there, you just deselect that, and you can always move your bone now, because you don't need to have it in that place now. Just put it up here, where the vertexes start, because a good thing to remember is that when you have bones, you need to have them very, very close to where the original vertexes are. Vertices? I don't know. From there, you just keep selecting the vertices. If I can remember to turn on the V vertices select. Okay. I hate this. You go, this is enough room, so you can go a little bit longer or a little bit shorter than this on your model, depending on how it's shaped, but you just keep doing that. You keep doing that, you press start again. And I really hate that naming. Then you go like this. Or actually stretch it up a little taller, because then yeah, just do it however you want. Just make sure that the vertices you're selecting after moving the bones are far enough apart to the point where they won't get all scrunchy when rigging. Because this method is a lot more effective than trying to rate them like I did at the beginning of the video, where you're just trying to go by hand and rig them. Because often in those cases, the rigging gets rather damaged, which is unfortunate. So now we've got these in place. If we add, hold on. To add physics to the hair, basically select the bones that need to have, hold on, I need to parent these. Okay, oh my god. Now that they're parented, which is absolutely necessary because otherwise it's not going to work. Once they're parented, you've got this bone. You select these, and you go over to bone, create rigid body link joint. And when you do that, you've got these giant things. It's usually better to extend the bones out or to set them to link to something, so I'm going to do that now because I'm stupid. I have the big dumb. You need to link to two, and then this one, negative 1.5, I think. Yeah, whatever, that works. Okay, and now that you've got the things extended, it'll actually work properly this time and cooperate. See, now you got those. And then you have to put a body here, otherwise, hey, I wonder what happens when you put a body into any kind of physics program and it's not connected. Yeah, it's not pleasant. So you're going to want to connect, well, first of all, change the groups on these bodies, usually I just change them to group 5 because that's the standard for me. And then from here, you click this bone, you go to bone, and then this time you just want to create a bone tracking rigid body. And obviously you're going to want to move it because otherwise it's going to be really, really hard to work with. Because if it's directly on the head, then... Ugh. And from here, make sure the joints are connected because otherwise you're going to have a bad time, buddy. The first bone in the ponytail or hair needs to be linked to, well, basically con body A needs to be the head body, and the body B needs to be the exact same body as what your joint is named. Ugh. I apologize for being terrible at explaining. But anyways, now that you've got this, you've got your hair rigged with physics. And if you rotate this, because it may not always work. Oh, and see, there we go. That's a perfect example. When you miss a vertex, it doesn't go well. So in these cases, you have to go back and find where the vertex is that isn't rigged. And hope that you rig it correctly. See, right there. Looks like about a 50% rig. So you go over here. Yeah, like that. You just select those vertices that aren't rigged, and then you go back and check on it. And apparently that was not it. What the hell is going on? Oh my god. Screaming cannot be ceased. Don't you ever just love it when that you can see the vertex that isn't rigged, but it won't let you rig it? Because I sure as hell don't. See, it's that vertex right there. And I'm not sure why it won't let me rig it, but it won't. You know what? I'm just gonna end the tutorial here because you guys got the basics, I guess. Hope this at least helps someone, I suppose. It probably won't do anything because no one wants to watch a, like, probably 10-15 minute video. I have no concept of time. Anyways, hope this helped. See you.